But does he accept and listen to all prayers? Imagine a manager who sees an employee stealing. The manager confronts him, but the employee first lies about his stealing and then tries to justify his actions. Although the manager hears the employee's lies and excuses, he refuses to accept them. Similarly, God does not accept all prayers. For example, what if a person's prayer is selfish? What if a man mistreats his wife at home and the next day he asks for God's blessings? What if soldiers pray to God for help to destroy their enemy? On the other hand, God eagerly accepts your prayers, even if you have done bad things, if you sincerely want to draw close to Him and seek His wisdom and forgiveness.
Now, I'm a believer in prayer, firm believer in prayer. I've had things happen in my life where I knew that it was from a divine source. It wasn't coincidental. It wasn't that I was owed money anyway, and then I prayed for money, didn't know the money I was owed was coming to me, and then it just so happened to link up. No, this is divine intervention. But I'm aware that certain things are totally coincidental, right? I know this. Now, here's the problem what I had with that illustration. Does God listen to all prayers? What if someone is, gambling and they ask, God to, give them a winning hand or slot machine? There are people that do pray for that winning hand or that, that slot machine to come up with, matching lemons or whatever it is. I'm not a gambler, and they get it. So what about those? What about the husband that mistreats his wife and then prays for a blessing and get it? What about those, right? What about, the sick little girl that was in a wheelchair and have her parents praying incessantly for her well-being and don't get it, right? Prayer is very, subjective. I believe that God is a loving God. I believe that He hears our prayers, but God is not going to intervene in every situation, good or bad. See, the picture that they're trying to paint is that if you pray for something that is not beneficial to you, or it's not something that you need, it may be something that's shallow, selfish, whatever, that you'll never receive it. There are people that pray for these things, fame, fortune, women, men, whatever, the things in life that are not beneficial, and they receive it. What about that? Now, this is not to take away from God or anything, but it's just to combat what this person is saying, right? I've had prayers answered in my life, and I know the ones personally that were not coincidental. I know that. But then there's ones where it's like, please let me make bail. Please. I need to make bail right now. A week later, 2 weeks later, I'm still in that cell. right? Now, eventually, my prayers are answered. Eventually, I make bail. Eventually, I get out. But, you know, how much is your prayer going to work if you've been in jail and you really did wrong? And even if you are just like so repentant, you're not going to go from getting 50 years to getting out in 3. It's not going to happen. Maybe God will bless you with something else, commissary. You know, you get an extra Twinkie, but you ain't going from 50 to 3, right? So what about the people that are wrongly treated in the congregation? And they pray for the downfall of this organization because it's clearly destroying more than it's building. What about that? Will that be answered? Right? What about that? What about child molestation? What about the husbands that's within the congregation that are, you know, mistreating their wives, but at the same time, they're in the back room, you know, reprimanding someone else, disfellowshipping someone else? What about them? Will their prayers be answered? Ask yourself those questions. I'm going to leave this one there. I'm going to allow you to think. I'm going to allow you to add on in the comment section because I don't even want to talk anymore. I pass the ball to you. It's in your court now. Please add on to this, you know, because it's a very, very deep topic and touchy subject. I want to hear from you. As always, with any posts, you know what I ask you to do. Just think. And as always, man and women, it's love.